Today, we would be talking about water conservation. As of today, what we see that there is a lot of hue and cry about conservation of water. This thing was not present about 40 or 50 years back. What has happened? Why is this natural resource that is so abundantly available everywhere suddenly it has become a scarce commodity? What are the reasons for it? How we can, as an individual, chip in and try that the scenario does not go from bad to worse. How can we check it? That is the main issue that is in front of the entire population which is habiting this planet. First and foremost, we have to understand that a human being, or for that matter, vegetation, animals, all of us have a basic need of fresh air, water, and food to sustain ourselves. Without water, life on what we call our planet, the blue planet, is not possible. We have lots and lots of water. We have water that is locked up in glaciers. We have water that is present in oceans, water that is being flowing in our river channels, in streams, in lakes, in ponds. Everywhere we have water, but it's an enigmatic situation. Water everywhere, not a drop to drink. So what is all this about? I personally feel that the best way of water conservation is just to ask ourselves a question: can we do without it? Can we minimize the utilization of water at our individual levels? Whenever we need water, we fill in our tumbler full of water, we drink a sip or two, and the remaining water we allow to be taken away and to be put in the sink. Can we do a change? Can we make a resolve that whatsoever water comes to us for drinking, we will consume every drop of it? Similarly, when we talk about water conservation on a social scale, the maximum guzzler of fresh groundwater is the agriculture sector. Can we do something so that we do not just inundate our fields? We give water only to the roots. Can we do something? Can we just lower our greed that we will be just saving for us and us and us and not leaving any drop behind for our future generations? Can we adopt some techniques by which we can minimize the use of water in our farmlands? Can we minimize something that we can minimize the transpiration that is happening? And then to cover it all, what we have to understand is that water that falls during rain, that water also we pollute by industrial fumes. Majority of the water that we have around, that water which falls, that is acidic in nature, mainly because we have numerous factories which are emitting smoke, and the pollution control measures that should have been taken by those factories have been just bypassed. So it is all a question of our greed, our commitment for our children, for our grandchildren, for our progeny, for the future generations. And if at all we want to do something, we have to be very honest with ourselves. Are we doing our duty as a citizen? Are we doing our duty as a son of Mother Earth? Are we trying to conserve everything? And when we do not pollute our rivers, when we do not throw sewage, when we do not throw untreated industrial waste in these rivers, and then the most important thing, when we don't block our rivers. In the name of electricity, in the name of development, we are all blocking our water channels. We are all annihilating our environment of all these water channels. Thousands and millions of fishes, birds, livelihood of people, they are just being wasted. Why? Because we want electricity generation. Electricity generation could be by altogether different mechanisms. We could have solar energy, we could have wind power energy, or we could even have coal energy. So even water energy is good, but is there a necessity of blocking the entire river channel? Is there a necessity that we do not allow the water that is flowing in river channels to go down and fill up our aquifers, which are fast depleting? If we think in this direction, if we convert all our storage dams to diversion dams, wherein through tunnels electricity could be generated and water is allowed to flow back into those channels, and in the name of flood control, if we can just do away with all those barrages that we have made, so that all the channels, if I talk about Haryana, majority of the stream and river channels, they have been converted into agricultural fields. Where has the water gone? In the name of flood control, we have stopped all the water. If we stop all the water, how will the aquifers be recharged? If we do not put money in our ATMs and continue taking out money, they will definitely dry out. And for this, there is no natural reason. It's just our greed that farmers want that they should have the fields ready every season. They don't want water in it. But for agriculture, they need water. So this is something lopsided view of the entire thing. And then we are growing those crops which are water intensive crops. We are growing paddy, and for each kg of paddy, many thousand liters of water are required. So we are growing sugarcane. For this, it's a water guzzler. So we have to choose our crops according to the water availability. Our greed needs to be checked. And I think if we think in those terms, if we are true to ourselves, and if we think about our future generations, then water conservation would not remain an issue anymore. We would already be conserving all our natural resources and living truly as a true citizen of the world. I don't talk about citizen of a country, I talk about citizen of this universe, because the lifespan of our existence on this planet is dependent on water, and if we continue the way we are going, time is not far away when we will be in deep trouble. So I exhort all the listeners which are being shown this video by Chahak Foundation, that water conservation is something which they have to imbibe at all levels in their life and make a difference on this planet Earth, the blue planet. Thank you so very much.